Revelation 17:1 says,
and there came one of the seven angels,
which
had the seven vials.
Now remember, there was seven scrolls that was opened, starting at Revelation chapter 6, verse 1, and then we moved to the seven trumpets. Now we're looking at the seven vials, or the bowls, or the outpouring. Read on.
And talk with me, saying unto me,
yes,
come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth
the
upon
judgment of the great whore. I want to say this publicly to all these jellyback prophets and preachers. Stop selling the snake oil.
Well,
stop lying to folks. Things are not going to get better.
say it again.
I don't want to go too far because I'm not trying to create fear. Read on.
that sitteth upon many waters,
Sit upon many waters, the water represents people. Read on.
with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
The kings of the earth has committed fornication. Read on.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her
Drunk
fornication.
with the wine or with the success of her fornication. Read on.
So he carried me away in the spirit
Yes.
into the wilderness.
To the wilderness.
And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast.
A scarlet-colored beast. I don't want to go into the symbolism there, but for the most part, most scholars are, let me go ahead and say it. They are saying that this is the Roman Catholic Church. Read on.
Full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and
Hold on, having how many heads?
7.
Yes, read on.
And 10 horns.
Now let's stop right there. That's verse number 4, correct?
That was the end of verse 3.
That's the end of verse 3. Having 7 heads and 10 horns. 7 heads. Now, I don't know if you guys remember the inauguration address of our current president. And one thing he did, let me say this, because when Pam Bundy was testifying before the committee, she talked about how the stock market is at 50,000. But what she failed to leave out, the reason the market prophetess, indeed, the reason the market is at 50,000 because you have 7 heads in the tech community. So the market is being suspended or sustained because of those 7 heads. Anything under that mark is not prospering at all.
There you go.
Small businesses are going under.
Thank you.
Businesses that are not part of the elite. Now, let me just say this, and I want to be careful because I don't want nobody no black suit showing up in my house. I really mean that. I want to be careful. Let me just say this. One thing that this current administration has done is made it possible for these 7 tech giants to touch every place on the globe. Let me give you this 7 giants. Alphabet, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Apple, NVIDIA, and Tesla. These 7 tech giants that were sitting in the VIP section of the inaugural address are the ones that a covenant had been made with to be able to touch every place on planet Earth. I don't care if you go to a remote place in South Africa or Asia or somewhere, anyone that is connected to the internet is going to come through one of these 7 heads. No matter where you are, they are running the world. So, let me say this and I'm trying to find the exit. When the attack was launched on Iran, And I'm really, really holding myself together because I don't want to explode and tell you guys how I really feel. So I got to use some decorum and maintain some professionalism. The attack on Iran is not against people, but it's against an ancient spirit. That's what they don't understand. If you go back to the 2nd chapter of Daniel, when Daniel was fasting, and 21 days later, Gabriel showed up. Daniel said to Gabriel basically, man, what took you so long? He said, from the first day you prayed, I was released. But I couldn't get through because the prince of Persia withstood me these 21 days. Well, the prince of Persia is Iran today. Don't do it, Burns. No. These are ancient spirits, brothers and sisters. They've been around for thousands of years. Deuteronomy 6, God said the first thing you do when you get into the land, get rid of them. And we're dealing with them today. So where we're dropping bombs, they're planning to cripple the economical viability of this whole world. If you read on, I'm not going to read anymore. If you read on, Revelation 17 says, don't hurt the oil. And right now, what happened? The oil tankers got bombed, and the oil fields got bombed. So where are we? Please, let me just go there. Please prepare yourselves the best you possibly can. You heard us say a few years ago, get non-perishable items that can last for a while. Try to keep your tank full if at all humanly possible. Truthfully, it's going to get worse. I wish I could be a bearer of good news. I have a word to encourage us. But truthfully, it's going to get worse. This was a push to cause prophecy to go into motion, but it was not properly planned. Iran is not Argentina. The Iranians, there's 305 sleeper cells in this country, and they've been activated. We're coming at the end of their most holy holiday celebration, and now this is not to all of our Muslim brothers and sisters. Let me make sure I make that unequivocally clear. But there are some who have vowed to be a jihadist. And the philosophical religious concept there is, if I take out the infidels, then I get a higher place in glory.
Yes.
So just be cautious and careful. These attacks that are happening right now are not random. Our government's not going to really tell us what's happening. Wife and I have a planned vacation. We were going to fly, but we decided to drive. Not that we're afraid to fly, but the TSA are working without salary. We didn't have $30 billion to keep people on their health care, but all of a sudden we can find $200 billion for a war. I'll leave that alone, folks.